All right, let's call this regular meeting of the St. Mary Parish School Board on Thursday, April 11th, 2024 at 5:30 PM in the Evan Medines Meeting Room to order. Dr. Fagan Bush, please call roll.
Ms. Brent? Ms. Moore?
Present.
Mrs. Anselm?
Present.
Ms. Jones?
Here.
Ms. Griffin? Ms. LaSalle? Mr. Ponte? Mr. Parity?
Here.
Mr. Mancuso?
Here.
Mrs. Dennis?
Here.
Mrs. Black?
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you. If you are able to, please stand for the invocation followed by the Pledge of Allegiance.
Father God, we come before your holy presence to express our utmost thanks and praise to you, thanking you for all your abundant, bountiful blessings that you continue to bestow on us, our families, and all of the citizens of our St. Mary Parish. We ask and thank you for giving your divine wisdom and understanding to our superintendent, Dr. Fagan Bush, our school board president, Mrs. Black, and to all of our other school board members that will allow them to effectively discuss all of today's agenda items. We thank you for blessing and protecting all of our schools and offices from all harm and danger, especially our students, our bus drivers, and our teachers and administrators. Finally, thank you for allowing our teachers to carefully prepare their students to exceed all expectations on their annual accountability exams. We ask these and other blessings in your name, in the name of Jesus, and we thank you for continuing to bless our St. Mary Parish, our state of Louisiana, and our United States of America. Amen. To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic.
All right, thank you all for being here. We're going to start off with our introduction of students and employees of the month, starting with Centerville School.
Good evening. This evening, I'd like to introduce Centerville High School Student and Employee of the Month. First, I'd like to introduce Ms. Zoe Bethea. Zoe is the daughter of Mrs. Carol Bethea and Lamarcus Bethea. Zoe has two sisters, Abriel and her twin sister, Chloe. I'd like the family of Zoe to please stand to be recognized. Zoe is not only our fifth grader student of the month, but also has been named CHS Student of the Year for fifth grade. Zoe is in the St. Mary Parish Gifted Art Program and has straight A's on her final report card every year since she has been in school. She has been involved in Girl Scouts and has helped with her youth group at church. Her favorite subject is science. When she's not in school, she likes to draw and do art. When asked what she wants to be when she grows up, she said she wants to be a doctor. Ladies and gentlemen, Ms. Zoe Bethea. Next, I'd like to introduce Ms. Sarah Guillory, our high school teacher of the month. Ms. Guillory is in her fifth year of teaching. Of those 5 years, the last 3 have been at Centerville High School. Ms. Guillory has taught U.S. history, world history, civics, and world geography. She is also our junior class sponsor and helps with SBLC, beta, and academic assemblies. Ms. Guillory says that she's always wanted to be a teacher due to having good teachers in school. She says she loves teaching because it lets her build relationships with students and be able to watch students grow personally and academically. Ms. Guillory wants to be an administrator one day, and I told her to be careful what she wishes for because sometimes it comes true. When Ms. Guillory isn't at school, she likes spending time with family and friends. Also, I'd like for her family to stand and be recognized. I'm sorry. Miss Sarah Guillory.
Good evening. My name is Lauren Rentrope, the principal of Patterson Junior High School, and I am here with Ms. Stansberry, our assistant principal. And together we would like to introduce to you our teacher and students of the month, Ms. Reagan Sanford, Sage Lapointe, and Olivia Gillot. Ms. Sanford is the proud mama of Mitchell Ann Novelin and wife of Dan. She is one of the most dedicated teachers I have ever seen. She is the first one on campus every single day, even on the morning of yesterday's storm with no power. I have never, ever passed her classroom or entered, and she was not up at the front of that room teaching her heart out. She has such a unique relationship with all of her students. Her passion for student success is evident in their passion and love for learning. She is a certified teacher, highly qualified for grades K through 8, in addition to LeSIP Math certified, Ms. Reagan Sanford. She's truly the best and very humble. I would like to introduce to you Sage William Lapointe, our Patterson Junior High School 8th grade student of the month. Sage is the son of William and Ronica. He has a younger brother, Bentley, who's also a lumberjack, and 2 wee jacks, Gracie and Layla, and a dog named Barkley. Sage has maintained a GPA of 3.7. He is a member of the National Beta Club, the wide receiver on our football team, the power forward on the basketball team, the pitcher, shortstop, catcher, and third baseman for our baseball team, and he's a member of the track team. As Sage leaves Patterson Junior High School and enters a new chapter of his high school life, he is looking forward to participating in all sports and preparing academically for becoming a productive adult. After graduating high school, he plans to show his interest in joining the United States Army. When asked Sage's teachers about him, they stated, "He is an absolutely amazing student. He exemplifies the true definition of leadership, expresses tremendous generosity to everyone in his path." Mr. Sage Lapointe. Mommy, would you please stand? And last but not least, my little bit, Miss Olivia Claire Gillot, as our 5th grade student of the month. Olivia is the daughter of Jonathan and Kayla Gillot. She has 2 sisters, Madeline and Amelia, and a pet dog named Charlie. She maintains a perfect 4.0 GPA. She is a member of Talented Art, Talented Theater, and the Gifted Program. She is also a member of the Patterson Junior High School 4-H Club and was just named to the 2024-25 Patterson Junior High School cheer team. She informed me that when she graduates from Patterson High School, she plans to attend Louisiana State University, where she wants to be an LSU gymnast and obtain a degree in fashion design. And as you can see, her cast matches her dress tonight. Her teachers state that she actively participates in class. She is always willing to help her fellow classmates and the teachers in any way that she can. She is one of the friendliest children you will ever meet, loves to read, and she gives the best hugs. Miss Olivia Guyot. Oh, and Miss Kayla, please stand to be recognized, her mommy.
Good evening. My name is Ashley Clark. I am the proud principal of West St. Mary High School. This is my assistant principal, Ms. Suzette Charpentier, if you say it that way. Some people say it different. I would like to thank the board members for allowing me to present the Student and Employee of the Month. I am pleased to introduce the Student of the Month from West St. Mary High School, Mr. Lazalen Brown. Lazalen is also the Student of the Year for West St. Mary. He is the son of Lagaya Brown, who works as a teacher in St. Mary Parish. He has one brother, Zayden Davis. Several of his family members are here to support him today. Would Lazalen's family please stand? Lazalen is an exceptional student who has always valued his grades, maintaining all A's since kindergarten. He scored mastery and advanced on all LEAP tests and currently has a 24 on the ACT. In high school, he took advantage of all dual enrollment courses offered. He has dual enrollment experience credits in math, English, and Western civilization. Apart from his academic achievements, Lazalen is also involved in extracurricular activities. He is a member of the track team and has qualified for the regional track meet for the past 3 years. He is also an active member in the JAG program, where Ms. Moore serves as our JAG specialist, but we'll get to that. Outside of school, Lazalen is a member of the Dell Leaders and has received both the Baldwin Area Dell Leader of the Year Award and all-around Dell Leader of the Year Award for 2 years, awarded by the Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated Franklin Baldwin Alumni Chapter. I had to get that right. I'm sorry, Franklin Generate Alumni Chapter. Lazalen's future is filled with promise. After high school, he plans to attend Xavier University to pursue a degree in psychology. He plans to earn a master's degree to become a psychological therapist, a career that aligns with his passion for helping others. His future goal is to open his own clinic. I am proud to present Lazalen Brown as Student of the Month. I am pleased to announce our Employee of the Month, Ms. Connie Moore. Ms. Connie Moore has been an exceptional employee of St. Mary Parish School Board since 1995. She has served at various schools, including Baldwin Elementary, St. Mary Parish Alternative School, and West St. Mary since 1999. She is the only member of the Wolfpack family who has been there since the school opened. Ms. Moore will be retiring this year, but she has already agreed to drive the bus for field trips and sporting events. During her time at West St. Mary, Ms. Moore has held many positions. She's taught special education and has served as the JAG specialist for the last 14 years. JAG is a dropout prevention program that promotes leadership and student civic responsibility. It takes a particular person to be a JAG specialist. Ms. Moore has done an outstanding job with the program. Through field trips, community volunteer events, and JAG competitions, Ms. Moore's students grow and become leaders. As a specialist, Ms. Moore tracks her students after graduation. Students are always excited to share their academic success with her. They often reflect on JAG activities that help them prepare for their post-secondary endeavors. In addition to her role as a JAG specialist, Ms. Moore has also made a significant impact as a coach. She has coached every sport offered at the school, as well as family members, her own children, and her grandchildren. Her coaching style is a unique blend of tough love and support. You can say she's from the old school. This tough love is not always valued by today's student. While this approach may not always be immediately appreciated, those who embrace it often find themselves treasuring Ms. Moore's tough love the most. Ms. Moore, as you begin this new chapter of your life, I hope you slow down, spend time with your family and friends. We are so grateful for the wonderful career you have had and the impact you have made on West St. Mary High School. Congratulations, Ms. Connie Moore. Would Ms. Moore's family please wave?
I'd like to say something about Ms. Moore. In 2018, when I became the supervisor, JAG, that was the first year I heard about JAG. And so when I met Ms. Moore, she made me a better educator. She introduced me to a world that I didn't know existed in the JAG program, and she is so dedicated. This year, we had to force her to leave to get surgery because she didn't want to leave before a season, and we're like, you can't walk. So she did it, and she's back, and now she's leaving us again, but we're happy for you. We wish you the best. Thank you, Connie.
All right, while we're waiting for everybody to move out, next up is going to be our recognition of the best in show and first place winners of the Student Art Show. Miss Andrews, if you want to wait a minute. All right, Miss Andrews, you can start.
Good evening. During the month of March, students across St. Mary Parish entered their artwork into the 27th Annual St. Mary Parish Student Art Show. Artwork was displayed at the Artists Guild in Morgan City. We have some truly talented students across our district, and tonight I have the honor of recognizing our Best in Show and our first place winners. Winners, when I call your name, if you can come step forward so we can recognize you and get a picture. First place in pre-K through first grade two-dimensional color is Mia Moffitt, a first grader at Bayou Vista Elementary. First place in second and third grade two-dimensional color is Nicole Rodriguez, a third grader at JS Oqua. First place in fourth and fifth grade two-dimensional color is Logan Palacio, a fifth grader at Bayou Vista Elementary. First place in fourth and fifth grade 3D is Raiden Langley, a fourth grader at Bayou Vista Elementary. First place in middle school two-dimensional color is Nyasia Bickham, an eighth grader at Morgan City Junior High. First place in middle school two-dimensional black and white is Elvin Jordan, an eighth grader at Berwick Junior High. First place in middle school 3D is Allie Arthur, a sixth grader at Berwick Junior High. First place in two-dimensional black and white for high school is Ryan Piku, a senior at Morgan City High. And his piece is displayed outside tonight. First place in high school 3D is Honesty Scott, a sophomore at Berwick High School. And finally, Cecilia Garnicia Perez earned first place in two-dimensional color for one of her entries and Best in Show for her other entry, and she is a junior at Berwick High School.
All right. There is no amended agenda. So next up is the approval of the official school board minutes. We'll go through them in globo. So from the regular meeting from March 14, 2024, and the special session from March 26, 2024. What? All right, Ms. Dennis makes the motion. Ms. Moore seconds. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Any objections? Motion carries. Next is the approval of the consent agenda. The items preceded with an asterisk will constitute the consent agenda, with board members being able to remove any item so desired. All remaining items will constitute the finalized consent agenda and be voted on all together. Dr. Fagenbush, please read the items on the consent agenda.
Under Business Affairs, 1, approve proclamations. A, National Administrative Professionals Week, April 21st through the 27th, 2024. B, Autism Awareness Month, April 2024. C, National Library Week, April 7th through the 13th, 2024. D, School Lunch Hero Day, May 3rd, 2024. E, Teacher Appreciation Week, May 6th through the 10th, 2024. And F, Week of the Young Child, April 6th through the 12th, 2024. 2, discuss and to take appropriate action regarding the 2024-2025 schedule of fees. 3, approve modified summer work schedule. 4, request permission to obtain proposals for a newspaper to serve as the official journal for the school board for the year commencing July 1st, 2024. 5, request permission to obtain proposals for a financial institution to serve as the fiscal agent for the school board for the year commencing July 1st, 2024. 6, request permission to obtain proposals for student and athletic insurance for the year commencing August 1st, 2024. 7, request permission to obtain proposals for group life insurance for the year commencing October 1st, 2024. 8, approve disability insurance for the period commencing October 1st, 2024. 10, approval of the library jobber contract with Mackin Educational Resources. 11, discuss and approve the updated, I'm sorry, that's not consent. I was just rolling on those. And that ends the consent.
What are the wishes of the board? All right, there we go. So Ms. Griffin makes a motion. Ms. Jones made the second. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. All right, let's see. We're going back to number 9, award substantial completion for Phase 1 re-roofing project at Franklin Senior High School using ESSER funds. Mr. Wise.
Good afternoon. On behalf of Mr. Jim Furman, I'm asking for substantial completion to be awarded to Franklin Senior High Phase 1 roofing project. This roofing project consisted of the 2-story building at Franklin Senior High, the old adult ed building at Franklin High, the single-story annex building at Franklin Senior, and the 2-story annex building at Franklin Senior. Coleman Roofing was the contractor for the project. It was funded by ESSERS. The bid price was $885,000. I think they did a very good job with the project. It's a new roofing system that we've tried for the first time, but it looked like it's going to service us well. So at this time, I'd like to ask for substantial completion on that project.
Okay, what are the wishes of the board? Ms. Jones makes a motion to accept it, and Ms. Moore seconds it. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Wise. Number 11, discuss and approve the updated job description for accountability manager. Ms. Este.
Good evening. In your board book, you'll see item 11. We have 2 copies of the job description, one where we have the lines drawn through what we were taking away. The second copy has that deleted, so it's easier for you all to read. So I'm going to start with the title of the job description. We wanted to change manager to coordinator. Our manager positions in our goal book are 11-month employees, and this is a 12-month employee. Also, the significance of this job, the importance of this job with accountability, with school performance scores is seriously important. Y'all, I mean, you've been to the meetings and everything, and school accountability is, top of the list. We also would have the individual report to the superintendent. We added, which we will be doing to other job descriptions, the object and function code so that we can keep track of that. Also, the qualifications. We changed the qualifications to have a master's degree in education instead of just a master's degree in educational leadership. This kind of opens it up for more qualified people with this position. Because you have other masters, curriculum instruction, the educational leadership. So you're trained in data and accountability assessments in those other degree pathways as well. Also, for the performance responsibilities, we just added some verbiage in there that goes with the changes of this position. They work closely with the instructional staff, with all the diagnostic tests, the interims, practice tests, et cetera. They also assist with the variety of school reform incentives that we have, and then the mandates across from the district. And then also maintaining the communication among the teams, the units, the divisions, the districts, and, all the support. Number 19, we just changed the title for Office of Superintendent. And then we added competencies, which is something we want to start working on throughout the summer, of adding competencies to our job descriptions. So that's something that we were moving forward to. So we went ahead and added to this job description now. So we won't have to resubmit it to you all later. And then physical demands versus qualifications. Does anyone have any questions? Okay. Yes, sir.
Okay, so Ms. Estate, with the change in the job description, we'll also be required to change the goal book as well, correct? To go ahead and follow an index of 1.45 instead of 1.35 for managers?
To follow the coordinator job index, yes, sir. We would like to make it equal, even.
Ms. Dennis?
It's more of a comment. In the paperwork underneath physical demands, it has the old title as opposed to the new title, Coordinator of Accountability. So that just needs to be updated.
Wait, say that again? I'm sorry.
Under physical demands, from that point on, it still has the title as Accountability Manager.
We need
So
to change that.
All right. Anything else? What are the wishes of the board? Ms. Anselm? Ms. Anselm moves to accept the new job description. Mr. Parity seconds it. Any other questions or discussion? All those in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. All right, next up, under committee reports, number 1, the Discipline Committee meeting met on March 19th, 2024 at 4:30 PM. Mrs. Griffin.
Thank you. The St. Mary Parish School Board Disciplinary Review Policy Review Committee met Tuesday, the 9th, March 19th at 4:30 here in the Evans Medine Meeting Room. The committee reviewed 5 items and gave recommendations. We're going to vote on each item individually. Item 1, discuss and/or take action to add guidelines for students who bring water bottles to school. After discussion with administrators who are present, it was noted that there are different concerns by grade level. Measures taken currently by the school sites have been successful. The committee recommended to continue to allow principals to make school-appropriate decisions, and that shall be included in their individual school handbooks. I move that we accept the committee's recommendation.
Okay, do I have a second? Ms. Jones seconds. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Item 2, discuss and/or take action to add conflict resolution videos to the consequences for grade 6 through 12 students that violate the fighting policy. After discussion, it was noted that the conflict resolution videos could provide an extra layer of intervention support. The committee recommended that students in grades 6 through 12 be required to complete a conflict resolution video as an intervention measure for each fighting violation. I move that we accept the committee's recommendation.
All right, so Ms. Griffin makes the motion, Ms. LaSalle seconds it. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Item 3, discuss and/or take action to revise the consequences for K through 5 elementary students who violate the cell phone policy. Current policy states that K through 5 students are not allowed to bring cell phones to school. However, when students violate the policy, no student disciplinary consequences are assigned. As a deterrent, it was discussed that consequences for grades K through 5 should mirror those for grades 6 through 12, except that the student and parent will first receive a warning as a first level of response. The committee voted to mirror the current 6 through 12 cell phone policy for K through 5, except the student and parent will first receive a warning for the first offense with no consequences assigned. I move that we accept the committee's recommendation.
All right, Ms. Griffin makes the motion and Ms. Moore seconds it. Any other discussion or questions? Ms. LaSalle.
I just noted the other night while listening to the news that here we are discussing cell phones, and I think the legislature is trying to pass something where cell phones of no kind will be allowed in any schools. That's just a point of interest. I don't know how that's going to work, how it's going to turn out, but that's what they're proposing.
Thank you. All right, all those any other discussion or questions? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Item 4, review and consider recommendation for board approval of revisions to the Student Code of Conduct in order to align discipline practices to current legislation and policies. The committee discussed revisions that were suggested for change to the Student Code of Conduct. The request was to no longer categorize infractions into 3 classes, but to now categorize them into 4 levels. No student conduct policies were impacted beyond the language change. The committee recommended to approve revisions to the Student Code of Conduct to reference student violations as levels, not classes. I move that we accept the committee's recommendation.
Okay, Ms. Griffin makes the motion. Ms. Jones seconds it. Any discussion or questions? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Item 5, review and consider recommendations for board approval of the St. Mary Parish Discipline Matrix aligned to the revised Student Code of Conduct. The committee was presented with a discipline matrix that aligns with the St. Mary Parish Student Code of Conduct. It was discussed that administrative input was sought and received. The new format outlines all levels of infractions by severity, identifies the code to be used for each infraction, and states the administrative response to be taken. The committee appreciated the newly formatted document. As the document is simply a means to present the Student Code of Conduct, no board action is required. And that concludes my report.
Thank you. Ms. LaSalle.
When are those new policies going to take effect, Ms. Griffin? Immediately, okay. Immediately. Thanks.
All right, next up, the School Uniform Committee met on March 20th, 2024 at 5:30 p.m. Ms. LaSalle.
Thank you, Madam President. The Uniform Committee met on March 20th, 2024 at 5:30. A quorum was met with 10 members in attendance. Under Business Affairs, item 1, discuss and/or take action to allow Franklin Junior High School to add gold and gray uniform shirts to their school's dress code. Mr. Jaina requested gold and ash gray shirts for Franklin Junior High School to differentiate between the junior high school and the senior high school. Mr. Holmes pointed out the navy is the designed color for K through 8, and navy would not pose a problem with high school. What was proposed to allow Franklin Junior High School to add gold and ash gray uniform shirts to the school dress code, as their school is now located on the campus of Franklin Senior High School. This request is for safety reasons and to allow both school officials to be able to differentiate between the junior high and the senior high school students. The recommendation from the committee is to change Franklin Junior High School uniform shirts to gold and navy. And I put that in the form of a motion.
Perfect. All right, Ms. LaSalle makes the motion. Ms. Anselm seconds it. Any discussion or questions? All those in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
Item number 2, discuss and or take action to allow the Edward Boudreaux Middle School to add navy and gray uniform shirts to their school's dress code. Mr. Holmes presented item number 2 on behalf of Ms. Alexis Rath. The proposal was allow the Edward Boudreaux Middle School to add navy and gray uniform shirts to their school's dress code because they share the campus with West St. Mary High School. This request is for safety reasons and to allow both school officials to be able to differentiate between the junior high and senior high school students. The committee's recommendation was to change the Edward Boudreaux Middle School uniform shirts from navy and white to navy and ash gray. And I post that in as a make motion.
All right, and Ms. Moore seconds it. Any discussion or questions? All those in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
Item 3, discuss and or take action to ban students from being allowed to wear hoods on any type of jacket or sweatshirt. The proposal was to ban all hoods on any type of hood or jacket. This is due to ongoing problems with students complying with the guidelines for wearing hoods. The committee discussed for a while, and there were 4 principals in attendance at the meeting, 2 of them on the committee, I believe, and 2 were in the audience, and we asked their opinions, and they, without hesitation, unanimously said no hoods. So it swayed a few people from their original, how they were going to vote originally. And the recommendation of the committee is to ban all hoods on any type of jacket or sweatshirt.
Question. Were any of them elementary principals? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, because I'm just concerned about the younger ones, because I know we had the discussion last year for
We did have 1 elementary principal. They all voted, they all unanimously said no hoods.
Okay.
And I propose that this is a motion.
All right, so Ms. LaSalle puts that in a motion to ban all hoods on any type of hood or jacket. Ms. Griffin seconds it. Any discussion or questions?
Discuss amending it to let K through 5 wear a hood on their jacket, just out of concern with some children I have problems finding them. I had to cut the hood off of my kids' jackets and sew them. So I understand, and I want to honor for the possibility of risk as far as high school to make sure that the children are visible. But if we could amend it to let K through 5 wear a hood, I don't want those kids to possibly be cold just because they didn't come to school with a jacket.
I have a comment to that. That was also discussed. Mr. Skipper is the person where we get all of our uniforms from. He said that there is no problem. He prefers no hoods. And it was also mentioned that we're not banning anything from their heads, that it makes sense that when it's raining or when there is cold weather, there are hats that are not attached to your clothes, crocheted hats and things like that, that kids wear at the time that could easily be put in your pockets. So all those things were discussed.
If I may, that was a concern that I brought up. Where I'm from, we call them toboggans, but caps, whatever. the caps that people wear on their head. We actually don't have a policy, and it's not referenced in our policies in any place. So I do have a concern that if we remove this completely from our student uniform policy, students will take other measures to keep warm, which are not covered in our policy, which could even cause more concerns.
Those things can be added to the policy.
My only concern is like what if you don't go shopping at Mr. Skipper's store?
That, and I know it takes us an hour to get 3 kids in elementary to get their shoes, book sack, socks. You want to put gloves on them or a hat? Forget it. Like, forget it. Seriously. And then let their teachers go walk around and find them for them? No.
And they're not gonna come home. Mr. Mancuso?
Yeah, I'd also like to ask just for clarification. You know, we we had 10 members there for the quorum, but only 3 people were voting members, which consisted of 3 board members that were there. So I'd like clarification as to what the other members, if they are voting members, or if it's just going to be only board members that vote at that meeting.
Point of order for that, they weren't there, so they don't get to say how they would vote at a meeting that's over. They can vote now.
I believe it's only the board members that vote at those meetings.
I'm just the messenger, so. So, I called for a vote.
I have a question.
Oh, Ms.
So for the non-voting members, what was the general overall consensus of the other members that were there in reference to the hoods banned completely? No, not the voting members. What did the other non-voting members, like what were?
There were only 2 non-voting members that were against it. Miss, you stated. She said non-voting.
Non-voting.
Oh, you are a voting member.
Specifically parents.
Let me see. I don't think Mr. Holmes was the only one that I'm sorry, you what?
I thought we had tabled.
No, you stepped out. We did not do that.
Oh.
I understand where Mr. Holmes is coming from. During the discussion, I did ask, could we possibly just table that? Because the policy would be, there would be implications for policies in various places throughout. If we could come back as a committee and revisit that and then actually present a full policy as it would reference that or not reference a certain item. So that was recommended, but at the end, it was, the final recommendation was to not do that and to just ban hoods.
Mr. Mancuso?
So I think that's what I was trying to get at. The vote was 2-1. Out of all the members there, it was 2-1. Just pointing that out.
All right, so
You would never have more than 5 board members at any point. But since he's brought that up, I was at the next meeting. I promised the members of the committee that I would bring it to the board to consider allowing all the members of the uniform committee to be voting members, because it doesn't concern any money for the board to spend, and it would only be a recommendation to the board in the first place. So I don't see a reason why the parents and the teachers and the other people who belong to the uniform committee should not have a voice, a registered voice to vote. But that is not on the agenda. He was allowed to say that, so I'm gonna piggyback on what they do in court. You allowed it for him, so I'm gonna put that in there right now, but that is not on the agenda for this month.
Mr. Mancuso?
Yeah, Madam President, I was just simply stating the fact of the way the committee voted. That was all I was trying to get at.
Yeah, but you
Okay, well, the motion is,
To answer your question, I think it was the majority of the people on the committee felt like the teachers and the administrators were there wanted to get rid of hoods completely. They gave several instances where there are problems, especially on the buses. If there's a fight, they're not able to recognize the students on the bus. But however, I don't have a problem. I'm kind of in favor of the amended motion that you allow the elementary schools K-5 to be able to wear the hoods and then take it from there. That's just my opinion.
Was it second? Because I'll second it, because
okay, so we have a motion and a second.
You have a second on the amendment.
No, we don't. So Ms. Anselm amended the motion to include K-5, allowing hoods, and then Ms. LaSalle seconds it. All right, perfect. All right, so the motion on the floor is to ban all hoods or any types of hood or jacket with the exception of jackets for students in pre-K through,
Are we speaking elementary? Because we do have a school that contains. fifth
Correct.
grade. So,
so pre-K to fifth.
so only elementary.
Yes, fifth, up to fifth grade. All right. Any other questions or discussion? All those in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. All right, Ms. LaSalle, back to you.
yes, okay. I knew that one was gonna be a big one. Item 4, discuss and/or take action to ban students. Is it the same thing? Oh, yeah, okay, no. Discuss and/or take action to ban students from being allowed to wear shoes that light up, and that was pertaining to elementary mostly. And the proposal was to ban students from being allowed to wear shoes that light up to prevent campus distractions and disturbances in the hallways and classrooms. No action was taken on that. There was a parent that made a special trip to the committee meeting. She's a committee member to fight for the little bells and whistles on the kids. She says, don't take the sparkles from the kids. So nobody had the heart to do that. And it was left alone, no recommendation.
Thank you so much, Ms. LaSalle. Yes, indeed. All right, next up, Ms. McClarity with the Special Education Advisory Committee that met on April 10th, 2024 at 4:00 p.m. Nope. Nope. Okay.
We did not meet on yesterday. Good afternoon. So we will be meeting sometimes in the coming future. But this is a reminder that Special Olympics is tomorrow at 10 o'clock at Patterson High School track. Come out and enjoy. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. McClarity. All right, next up, District 3 Maintenance Committee met on April 11th, 2024 at 4:45 p.m. Mr. Mancuso.
Thank you, Madam President. So we met here at 4:45 previous to this meeting and got a report from Carl Bloom, the architect for the Morgan City High School Stadium renovation project. Received 4 base bids with 2 alternates, ranging anywhere from $1,078,000 to $1,707,000. The low bid plus both alternatives on that project was $63,000, or about 6% below the original budget from the March 2023 estimate. And that includes, like I said, the base bid and the both alternates. So the committee voted to recommend, and I'll put it in the form of a motion to recommend accepting the low base bid plus alternates 1 and 2 from Geo Services Incorporated at a cost of $1,078,000.
All right, Mr. Mancuso makes the motion. Ms. Dennis seconds. Any discussion or questions? All those in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Next up is the Chief Financial Officer's report.
On the sales tax, we're 9 months through the year. And this month we collected 1,762,000 versus 1,951,000. So that's actually a 9.7% unfavorable variance. But overall for the year, we're doing okay. Second item, your financial statements for the general fund are in your packet. And the third item, I just wanted to mention on the health insurance, we just got the March numbers in and they're looking pretty good. They were actually 82% when you're comparing claims to premiums. After you adjust them with the loss adjustments, it's 92%, giving us a year to date under 95%. So that's very, very good considering the past. James is going to try to come to the next meeting on May 9th. He should have the April numbers by then. So at this time, we're doing okay with the health insurance. We still have a ways to go. So he's going to come next meeting, and that's all I have.
All right, thank you very much. Next up is the superintendent's report.
The St. Mary Parish Red Ribbon Week Committee is proud to announce that we are accepting slogan submissions for the 24-25 Red Ribbon Week campaign. The winner of the slogan contest will receive $100 and will have his or her slogan showcased in our campaign. The contest is open to all students in grades 4 through 12 in all schools in St. Mary Parish. Deadline for submission is April 19th. Due to weather concerns for the initial date, the St. Mary Parish Special Olympics track meet will be held tomorrow at Patterson High School beginning at 10 a.m. We invite the public to come out and support our very special Olympians as they compete for their schools. It is always an amazing day, and tomorrow's going to be beautiful weather. Saturday, April 27th, the St. Mary Parish Public School System will host a job fair at Franklin High School from 9 a.m. to noon. Representatives from each school site will be present to share with you the opportunities that are available from them. Are you not a certified teacher, but you hold a degree? Come on out and learn how we can help you come to work for us, and we can help you become certified. We encourage potential applicants to consider St. Mary Parish Public Schools, and we look forward to seeing you. Please check out our district site for current and future openings and call our Human Resource Department with any questions you may have. The testing window for LEAP officially starts Monday, April 15th. School administrators will notify parents as to the specific testing dates that children at their sites will be tested. We wish every student the best outcome and thank all of those who have worked so hard this year to contribute to their success. Everyone has truly worked hard. And I just want to remind students that the test is a test. It's a one measure of who we are. Please, everyone, let's finish our last 6 weeks, can we believe, strong and committed. That ends my report.
Thank you, Ms. LaSalle.
One question, just so that it could clarify for the public. When you say that if you have a degree to come out that, you could be certified, are you talking associates and bachelor's or just bachelor's degree?
Great question. And there are many pathways in which we can do that now that are allowable from the State Department. We do have some individuals who, if they have associate's degrees and they are related to specific areas in which we are looking for support, that we can help them become certified while they're working in our system. Also, if someone has a 4-year degree and it may not be in a teaching area or an area of certification, we can absolutely work with them and help them get into an alternative certification program in order to become certified. We truly are, and I want to thank Ms. Este and her department, and honestly, our school administrators too. They really reach out and have spread that net very wide in order to pull in the supports we need for our children. Great question, thank you.
All right. Next up is our resolution of respect. If you are able to stand, please do so.
In memoriam of Karen Berry, a retired elementary school teacher, Annie Bro, a retired school cafeteria technician, whereas Almighty God in his infinite wisdom has taken from our midst, and whereas their untimely death has deprived the St. Mary Parish School System of these beloved colleagues. Now therefore be it resolved that the St. Mary Parish School Board and the people attending this meeting bow our heads in silent prayer out of respect and extend to the bereaved families our sincere condolences and express the high regard in which we held each of them in life and honor their memory in death. Let us adjourn this meeting out of respect for Karen Berry and Annie Boudreau. Amen.
All right, next on our agenda is the option for a strategy session and/or action concerning pending litigation. Mr. Mancuso.
I move we go into executive session.
All right, Mr. Mancuso makes a motion and Ms. Moore seconds it. Any discussion or questions? All those in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. We are going into executive session.